Hey guys, so I'm going to try something a little new on some of the recordings. So you should have your Unit 1 post-assessment in front of you. That was sent home. You should have it in your stuff that you picked up on Monday. I just want to briefly go over the expectations for this, and just to make sure you understand, like some of the problems are two-parters. It's not just providing an answer, like evaluate each expression below. So you would look at here, and really I'm going to give you a hint. Think of strategies that you can use to make this a fairly easy problem, right? And then solve the other side of the scale. Here, you are filling in the blank, right, to make each set of equations true. So I want to point out here you're writing in one factor to make it equivalent to this set of factors. Then you need to solve it. So this one, I'm looking for a factor. Here, I'm looking for a factor. Then I want you to find the product or the answer to those equations. So make sure you're doing that. For number 3, while they're asking you to, you're filling, number 3, filling in the answer. Then you need to describe how you can use number relationships to fill in the blank without having to find the answer. So looking at this problem, think back to some of those multiplication strategies that we learned, and how can we use those to figure out this factor without having to do, the math, if you will. Not cheating, but just understanding number relationships. All right, here it asks you to write true or false. Then second part, describe below, kind of the same thing here. How do you use number relationships to decide whether that equation is true? All right, for number 5, now this is important. I want you to see, write a numerical expression to represent each statement below. Include any grouping symbols, such as parentheses, to make the expression as accurate as possible. Now, just to clarify, you don't need to solve these. You are just writing the numerical expression. So make sure, save yourself some time. It's kind of an important part of reading those directions, because you don't need to technically solve this in order for you to get the answer correct. All right, so number 6, let's look at that. Now here, you need to write and solve each equation to represent the statement. So you'll write this as a numerical expression, then you will need to solve it to get full credit. And these are really just describing strategies that you already know. Number 7, so this is basically, we're looking at a volume question here for A and B. So make sure that you are keeping in mind, how do I solve for volume with a rectangular prism? What is that formula that we've talked about? Number 8 says Riley counted the number of balls in one layer of a box, came up with 34. Now the box has 8 layers. How many balls can the box hold? All right, and then the last section is number 9. And just clarify, I want you to read the directions. It says use numbers, words, and labeled sketches to solve the problem. Show your work. And it said, I read and, I should say, but it just says or. However, you need to solve the problem. Now, the key is going to be handle the remainder, if there is one, in the best way that fits the situation. I really messed up that sentence, but you guys knew what I meant, right? So I want to see, if you're asking how much money will each person get, because you need to answer it in the form of money. So think about that. You're going to write an equation to show each problem in the answer. So that's a little involved, but there's only 3. Okay, here we have, if each minivan can take 15 people, how many minivans will they need? your answer needs to say the number that you come up with followed by minivans, right? That unit part's going to be super important. Same thing with C. Now, if you choose to solve your problem using the base 10 pieces or the base 10 grid paper, that exists on the back of page 9, and you are welcome to use it. If you want to use your base 10 pieces that you have, I want you to use that as well, but make sure you're explaining to me in your work how you have solved the problem. Help us figure it out and also help yourself figure it out. All right, guys, good luck. Do your best and do your own work. Then you're going to turn this back into us when you pick up your materials next week.